know you even fought Joe Calzaghe.
Yeah, come on, man. I'll tell you about that one right in a minute. Mum used to phone me and tell me you win the fight. At the same time I win the fight. I think, I ain't know I win the fight. I mean, get feeling.
So they say it was that fight that what happened? You got an injury in your eye?
When I was world champion, when I turned world champion, I was still working for Hackney College. I went for a period when I had a domestic thing with the mother of my child. This is the road of a warrior, in a sense what you're saying. The road of a warrior is that you have an opportunity, you take it or you leave it.
Welcome to another episode of the Dr. Prince Show. And I'm Dr. Prince. And this is the show we take you on a very special journey with a very special guest, the one and only. It's a privilege and an honor for me to welcome Jason, the Method Man Matthews, former WBO Middleweight Champion of the world. Jason,
thank you.
Welcome, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Welcome to the Dr. Prince Show, bro.
For having me, bro.
Listen, man, thank you so much for just coming at short notice. You know, we've been friends for a long time,
From
bro.
way back when.
So let's crack it off from there.
Yeah.
From just how things began, our link up, our friendship when we first met. Let's...
Right, well, what it is, it's funny because we actually, obviously, we was boxing at amateur more or less the same time. I started in 1988.
Wow.
When did you start?
I started 92.
So 92?
92.
Boxing?
92.
So I must have seen you knock out the man in 92 then?
Yeah, I remember I just done one season.
Right,
the
okay.
season you saw me is the season I began.
Right, okay, well, you was good then. But you was good because I remember the fight like tomorrow because it was your call. And obviously by 1988 was the first time I was ever in the ring. So 92, I would have been quite established. I'd have been like...
What was it like for you first going in the ring?
No, I'll tell you something. My boxing career was really strange because in 1988, the same year I started boxing, my mum and dad had a domestic dispute, and the police came to the house, and the police went, and this is how this.
There ain't no general domestic dispute.
No, yeah, no normal. I can't even say it on. You've been in a black family.
Yes, you can.
With cuss and
the whole truth.
Cuss either bomb or this or whatever. You know, it goes loud and stuff.
Yeah.
So my mum and dad was having a conversation, and next door neighbours called the police.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't something we done. We didn't call feds on domestic things.
Nah, not at all. Yeah. So when the police come, my dad was saying to them to like come. So my mum said it's all right. We're just having an argument, whatever. The policeman said, "What? We're not leaving until someone gets arrested." My dad was like,
"What?"
Yeah, I'll never forget this. And remember them we're talking about 1988. So that's racism in the highest level in London. You know what I mean? So the police tried to pull my dad. My dad's like 6'2", 18 stone, builder, hands big like shovels. You know what I mean? So they're trying to pull him. So why they're pulling him? I said, Dad, just go with them.
Why are they pulling him though?
I don't know. They said you're gonna get arrested because of my dad was shouting at them inside of his house. So they said they were gonna do you for breaching the peace. And my dad said, inside my house. You understand me? Anyway, which it is.
See, that's why I love this show, bro, because people really get to hear how everybody on different levels is functioning, how the feds are functioning, how maybe hospitals and different organizations are doing things. So this is important, man, because my last guest had a story about having an interaction with feds as well.
Yeah. So what happened? The story is very interesting because the police was pulling my dad, because me and my brother was at the door pulling my dad. So when he's pulled my dad now, because my dad's a big guy, you can't really pull him, he's pulled him and he slipped. And he fell on the floor. So when I've got to hold the policeman up, boom, lit me in the face with the truncheon, right across my face, boom.
Wow.
Right, yeah, I'll never forget, boom, lit me in my face. So now, my brothers and my dad learnt me this. If someone hits you, hit them back. Remember, I'm 17. I'm 17. I'm 17. Yeah. So he hit me both with the truncheon in my face. I'm going, bam! This time I just started boxing. I must be in boxing maybe 3-4 months. So bam, knock him. Now he's gone on the floor. He's that cold. So Another one come. So I tried with the bat thing. This time I know a little rolling things. I roll, bat, lick him, sleep him. Yeah. Then the woman, she ran off. So this time, listen, no, I'm not telling you. True story. This story is true to the country, but I mean, true story to the country. So bap. So what happened? I had my boxer shorts on because I was in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my brother. So my mum said to me, go upstairs and change your clothes, because when they come, hell I got break. My mum said, hell I got break. Yeah. Anyway, hell I got break. So they come now. So when they come now, I'm changing my clothes. So I hear loads of noise outside. I look outside, the whole of Hackney police was outside. The whole of them was outside. So our next door neighbour was like,
obviously the ones that you licked down must have gone on the radio.
Yeah, come on, man.
Up.
So our next door neighbour, there's no house there, so they had like corrugated iron. Like corrugated iron. So when I come down, one of them had my older brother banging them on the fence. So I said, what are you doing? Leave my brother alone. So they went, oh, he's the one, I don't remember the man's name. He's the one that hit PC Greening. So he went, oh, go in the van and we sort things out when we get to the police station.
You actually remember his name?
Yeah, I remember that tomorrow. I remember, like tomorrow. Officer PC Greening. Yeah. And then we said, so we're in the van now. Me, my brother and my dad. Now, you know the older black people, we've got, the older black people have got this thing where, how can I put it, like, they respect the police and the children are bad, yeah? So we're bad and the police do their thing, and so my mum and dad respect the police, which is cool. So when they sit in the van now, policeman look, so we sit in the van, so we're like on one side and policeman, about two of them is on the other side. But look at my dad and says, you nigger, you're the biggest nigger I ever went in. So my dad looking at him like, what? So I said, yes, you effing nigger, you niggers. Watch me get to the police station. So my dad's looking at me, looking at my brother, saying, I never know these people who are like this. We said, my dad, we've been telling you for years, this is what we've been going through, and you never listen to us. Now you see it for yourself. Now, my dad was like, my dad was lost. Like, you talk to people like this? Anyway, when we got to the police station, now, when you go to the police station, you go through the back door. You don't go through the front door. You go through the back. Yeah? So we go for the back now. So when I go for the back now, I've got stamps to do this. When I go for the back now, the policeman kicked me in my back, my spine. Listen, up to now I've got back pain, up to now. And this is like, what's this?
Wow.
32 years ago.
It.
He punched me, bam, in my spine. So I'm going, oh, I go back like that. So I turn around, sleep. Man, he's got it. Next one come back, sleep. Next one come sleep. My brother said, what are you doing, man? I'm fighting my way out. You know what I mean? So, I'm fighting my way out, man. I'm fighting my way out. You know what I mean? So now, you went to the door.
Yeah.
So we come in, but there's no handle.
You can't get out.
You can't get out. Because there's no handle, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I turn around, door open. About 10 of them come out. They come out, so when they rush me, and I'm fine, but they push me into a fingerprint room table. So when they put me in the fingerprint table, and I'm still fighting, I'm doing good, man, I'm doing my thing. You understand? I thought, I get out of this place, I'm fighting them. So there's like in the fingerprint room, when they take your fingerprints, there's a table. So I jump on the fingerprint table. So I'm kicking them, bab, like I'm kicking them, bab. So I'm fighting and bab. So I look, and they're beating up my brother. Outside, I could see, so I thought, this is where James Bond came in. I thought, can I see James Bond do this? I see him do it. I see him jump and roll over and people and roll on the floor and get back and start fighting, innit? But I thought, James Bond kicked to my head. I thought, yeah, I could do this. I could dive over them, roll on the floor, and help my brother.
It's on TV, though.
Yeah, TV. On TV. That never worked. That never worked. So when I tried to dive,
James had started doing his thing.
So James Bond set me up, man. Right. So when I tried to jump over them, they grabbed me and went power slam, bam, head bust.
Oh
yeah,
my
bam.
God.
And they picked me up and they pushed me in the corner. So then like my arms, so they're kind of, no, I'm in the corner like this. I can't move. And I'm putting knuckle dusters, better. Punch in my ear jumped, broke my jaw. Fracture my shoulder.
He put a knuckle duster.
Put a knuckle duster and batter me. I mean, I'm like this, so I'm just getting doof, doof, doof. So now, I think to myself, they're trying to kill me. So my mum always said to me, when people, if it ever happened to you, and then my mum kept kicking my head, if it ever happened, act like you're dead. Just act like you're dead, and they would leave you alone. I thought, I'm gonna do that thing. You know what I mean? So when they're thumping me now, I'm even see my face, man. Yeah? So now, I just fell down on the floor. And they leave me, and then they kicked me in my teeth. Bam! And I went, I just went, Then they thought, oh, he's alive. Then they dragged me. I remember, they dragged me. When they're dragging me now, I open my eyes and I see my dad, because they hold my dad down. They never told me my dad. Then they hold my dad down. And my dad said, look what they do to my son. And I remember, I look at my dad and they're pulling me, throwing me in the cell. They throw me in the cell. Then I look up and see my brother. My brother he's still got it there. He's got a hell of a cut when they put darker dusters on and hit him in his eye. So all hair. So now I'm in the police station now, brother. And I said, it's funny. This is how I started boxing. You know what I mean? So I was in the police station, and I was sitting in there for ages, and I mashed up, bent up, all my arm bent up on the stage, like, bent up in the police. I said, these people can kill me. So like I'm freezing because remember I had nothing on.
Yeah,
so
it was quite cold in there anyway.
I was freezing in there. So in there now, some Asian man coming. I'll never forget this Asian man coming. He was all in white, the white thingy. But so I thought, Benna, how you in white? He went, oh, they say I kill, shoot, I kill. I said, wait a minute, you killed someone? He went, yes, they say I killed my wife. I'm like, looking at this man for the whole night with my eyes like this, without that. The whole night looking at this man. Yeah, I'll never forget this. Then the whole night looking at this man for the whole night. Then a white guy coming. He said to me, bruv, I see what they do to you. I see it. And he said to me, I'm gonna testify. I see it. Understand me? I said, cool. So sure, you ain't got nothing on you, innit? But he had a one pencil or something on him. So he scratched his name and address on the wall. On the wall, yeah. On the wall, so I can see it. Blah 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 blah. But obviously, when they say to you, like the doctor come, and the doctor looked at me and he went to me, oh, what happened to you? I said, what do you think happened to me? Asian man. I said, what do you think happened to me? He went, oh, I said, I got beat up by the police. He went, okay, cool. Shut the door, come back. With some bandage thing, put some bandage on my face, bandage up my arm, bend up. You know what I mean? Then that was it. Then I never see them for it happened on a Friday. So I was in there from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday I went court.
Wait. You was in there from Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, in there, man. And what happened? I had no clothes, you know. I had not. Remember, I had a little shorts thing on the top on. I was freezing in there. But they said, oh, your mum bought you some clothes. I said, okay, I can get it. And they looked at me in the van. He laughed at me like, yeah, all right then. You're gonna get the clothes. I was freezing there, shaking like a man. Anyway, so what happened now? I went court. No, I come out, went home. Then obviously the charges. Then my charges was 12 ABHs, GBH, criminal damage, first to kill. I had about 18 charges. So that's because now I know why they do that. But I had 18 charges. I was like, wow, that man looks at me in jail. You know what I mean? So anyway, I had a great QC. Great man. He looked great man. Do you remember his name? No, he was just great. He just knew everything. And remember, them time I'm working at the city. I'm doing stockbroking. Now I'm at the city. I've never been trouble police in my life. You understand me? So I'd never even been getting into them.
What, did you go from school into an apprenticeship?
No. It's funny enough, I went to school. I went to Harambee, down Downham Road, and done screen printing. Okay. Then I kind of just didn't like that, so I thought, let me just go up the city. So when I'll never forget this, I'm changing the subject a little bit. I'm gonna go back to a minute, but I remember going into a job centre every day for about 12 months, 13 months to get a job. I got the job, I got the interview, went to the job centre, went to the job. My name's Jason Matthews. Sounds like a white guy's name, innit? So when I went to the job, went to the interview, as I walk in the door, everyone sitting on the table, the face change. Face change. And they said, oh, you're doing well. And I thought, I'm gonna get a job. Never got a job. Then I got a job as an office junior, working for some solicitors. Yeah, and that was like 17, 18 years old. So then I went, stockbroking. Then anyways, going back to the police thing, I got to finish this. Anyway, so boom. So I went court, had a great QC, it was really good. So all my charges got dropped. They all got dropped. Like I could say from top right got dropped to one of them, which was actually bodily harm. What they're saying, I actually hit a policeman. I'm saying, yeah, because of the whatever. But look at me, but look at me, you know, look at me. No, I got to go back. Sorry, people, I got to go back again. When I'm gone too far. I'm in the police station still. You forget, I'm in the police station still. Yeah, so when I come at the police, so when I'm in the police station now, it's so weird. And I've come out of the police station. I went court. When I went court, don't forget it. Court was 6 weeks. I went from something like 11 stone to about 9.5 stone. Trust me. It's just pressure, man. I couldn't eat. Terrified of going in jail. You know what I mean? My weight just went. I was bones, man. Bag of bones. You know what I mean? Just looked sick.
Well, you just kept thinking about it every day.
Yeah, I couldn't eat, man. Just horrible, man. Me and my brother lost so much weight. It was just, because remember, if you got 18 charges, it didn't catch you on one.
Yeah, because if you had so much injustice already,
yeah, of course.
And now you were before them, of course you're not going to think you're going to get any justice in the courthouse.
Exactly, horrible. So when I went to court, remember my mum ain't seen me. Remember I've gone from police station to court, you know. Yeah. My mum ain't seen me. When I'm broke up, you know, my mum ain't seen me. I've been in there for 3 days. So when I went to court now, and I come into court, my mum look at me, my mum just faint, boof, lick her head on the floor. And then the judge looked at me and thought, right, what happened to him? Because I've been up like this, man. I come in there bent up. Understand me? Remember, I come in there fit as a fiddle. Remember, I boxing, I fit everything.
Wow.
Anyway, so fall on the floor. So they said my dad knew this Asian woman called Baba G, Muslim woman, Baba G, and love her. And she, they said, well, surety, you have to have a surety. £250,000 surety. This is 1988. Remember, £250,000. 88. You know, looking at the year, 1988. So the Baba G, never forget her, she put her house up, everything, because she used to work with my dad. Because my dad used to work with a lot of Asian people and fix their houses. So she come to court and said, I put my house up. And that's how I got out.
Wow.
I'd have been still in there now. You understand me? So that's how I got out. So Baba G, respect. Baba G got me out. And when I went to court now, all my charges got dropped for 6 weeks. They all got dropped.
Who was that down to?
The QC. Okay. Amazing. He was just like, look, he didn't even mention look at me. You know what I mean? He was just like, so much charges. Yeah. One man beat up.
That's it.
Beat up half of the police force. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a lot anyway. So it chopped it down. They got done for ABH. And remember the judge said 5 years. He said 5 years in jail. And the QC got up and just said, no way. This man was having police in his life, blah, 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 blah. He's a great ambassador for the sport, this and that. And he's just a young man coming through, he's the stockbroking, this and that. You know what I mean? Just everything. The judgment, reevaluate, came back, and then they gave me £1,500 fine and 12 months suspended sentence. So I got for it. But what it is, you can't sue the police unless you get found not guilty. That's where they're smart.
Oh, I see.
That's where they're smart. You know, so that's where they know that all the charges they give me, they know that there's no way they're going to stick. But one's going to stick, which actually, body harm, actually did hit the policeman. I did bang someone. You understand me?
What he was doing.
Regardless of what he was doing, but I hit someone.
That's it.
So that's stuck. So that's on my record as actually body harm. You understand me? It's stuck. So.
And when feds feds are going to see that it was against the last feds, innit?
Right, so it's stick there, you know what I mean? But then I thought to myself, I'm never going to have that happen to me again. So that's when I stuck to the box. That's when I was doing boxing, I thought, I'm going to do boxing. I'm going to make.
So where was you at the time with boxing? You hadn't decided to take it 100%?
No, I was a street man, burning weed, drinking alcohol,
and still doing a bit of stock
boxing. And still doing boxing. You know
okay,
what I mean?
but you hadn't decided to stick to the boxing yet?
No, because I was in boxing for what? I reckon, I remember having 88 November, so it would have been, I started boxing when I was 17, late 17, so I'd have been boxing maybe properly maybe 6 months properly. Okay. You know what I mean? Maybe about 6 months properly. Because I was just stuff that I was doing. A man said to me, you want to do boxing? I went, all right. I'm thinking I watch boxing, so it can't be that hard. Yeah. So it can't be that hard. It's top down 2 man, isn't it? Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what got me to boxing. So I said that I'm never going to make...
that someone said to you, do you want to box?
Yeah, because what happened, when I used to go to to the youth training scheme to do suicide screen printing. There used to be a Greek guy called Sean, and his body was cut up. I said, oh, the body like that. So he went, all right, come with me training. So around the corner in Cranham Manor, they had football, boxing, and weight training at the back. So I used to just do weights. I never used to do boxing at all.
Okay.
So I used to just go there, do weights. This guy we used to do weights together every day, do weights. So I got like a little size. And then, but I used to like boxing. I used to just punch the bag, just to loosen up my arms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I used to do it I did it for like maybe a year. Cause I started at 16 doing weight training. And by the time I was 17, I was punching it, and one white guy come to me, went to me, which was Bob Kipps, love him. Would come to me and said to me, "You want to do boxing?" I went, "Yeah, all right, cool." You know what I mean? Then he said, "Oh, put the gloves on." And them time days, you just throw you in, innit? Put the gloves on, spar in. Yeah, put the gloves on, spar. I'm like, but I don't know nothing. So you know, like footwear's mad. I watch Muhammad Ali. Come on, man. I watch Muhammad Ali, so I'm doing Muhammad Ali footwear. I'm looking at him and laughing. And look at this man's foot. Muhammad Ali's foot. So I went in there and I sparred with one guy, and I break his ribs. And then my mum was like, "What? This man's like national champion. He boxed."
So how did they know that his ribs? Because I know that's a difficult injury to detect.
Well, he never come back. He never come back again for about a month. He never come back for a month. He lose ribs, bro. Wow. Then they went, "Oh, but you could punch." You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. So I kind of learned. I got thrown in the deep end because when I started boxing, in '88, the same year, I boxed in the. It was 88, or was it 89? 88. I boxed in the PLAs. Remember the PLAs?
Yes.
Maybe before you PLAs,
yes.
the Novice Championship.
Yes.
PLAs.
No, is that what it was called?
It's called the PLAs.
Because when I came in, people were saying, "Why don't you go in for the novices?"
Yeah, it's called. But novice would have been the PLAs, I think.
Okay.
Could have been. I think it's called the PLAs.
Cool.
Yeah. PLA, Port of London. Something. Yeah. I went to the PLAs, and I had 4 fights or 5 fights. I won it. Won it. I knocked everyone out. I won it. And it was like, wow. Right. And then I boxed for the London called me up to box for London. And they sent me.
Okay.
So as I said, remember, I'm a
Was it
novice.
London against?
London against. First time I was London against Combined Services.
Oh really?
London against Combined Services. Yeah. So now I'm fit. Thought I was fit. I thought I was fit. Yeah. Went in the ring with my army guy. Boy, the man fit as a fiddle. You know what I mean? When I was tired, I lost some points. First time I lost. I was like, wow, that's how fit you gotta be. Then I trained again, really fit. Trained again, get fit, and went into the ABAs. So I had like one loss in the.
How old was you then? ABAs.
89.
89. So how old was you? 89. 19. Yeah.
But next year I went for Kumemo. I was an open class boxer in my 5th fight.
Okay.
The man, open class boxing this 30th fight. Yeah. So I went from there straight to ABA, and I fought a guy called Jamie Robinson, if you remember him.
Okay.
Jamie Robinson from Repton. He had about 200 fights by then. You know what I mean? Yeah. So fight Jamie Robinson, and me and a guy called Tony King from St. Monica's.
Bro, you even fought Joe Calzaghe.
Come on, man. I'll tell you about that one.
Come
in a minute.
on.
Right.
Oh my God.
So a guy called Tony King, me and him used to fight. Me and him used to really fight a lot. You know what I mean? Spar a lot. And he fought before me and lost. But I saw how he lost. Yeah. Against Jamie Robinson. I thought, I could beat him. You know what I mean? Man, this man, they'd punch my arms to death. You know what I mean? So you know your arms, like, he just stood there and walked towards you. Never done nothing, never threw no punches. So because I'm a banger, I'm going bam, 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 bam. But this man's just there. He's just there. Then you hit in the arms a bit, bam, bam. So he's beating my arms. Then by then, you know what I mean? I'm like this. And by then, after the second round, my arms start dropping. Because all the blood vessels are bust up. You know, like this.
My dad taught me that.
And then start crying. Because you can't keep your hands up.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam. Stopped me in the 3rd round.
Wow.
I was like, Ryan, that man, they're deadly. You know what I mean?
Started to learn different things
then that's
about
when
the
I
fight
buck
game.
up man like Michael Watson and the man, they're going to do this and take your time.
Did you ever spar with Michael Watson?
Yeah. I sparred Michael Watson in Cranham Manor. And
he used to go into the amateur gyms and get free sparring with all different styles.
Yeah, that's it done with
He's
me.
a really smart guy.
He done the same thing with me, and then I sparred him. I could bang, and I sparred with him, and I remember going down low and I went, bam, in his stomach. My hands bounced off. I had to stop the sparring, take off my gloves and pull up my man's top and said, Benno, where you going there?
Oh, my.
Benno, my man's body was like steel.
Oh, my.
And he said to me, amateur, pro. Get you, bro. I got you. And then I realised there's a massive gulf. There's a massive big gulf of amateur and pro. It's a massive. Remember back in them days, it's not like now.
Yeah.
Where a man could train with the pros and understand certain things. It's just, they made a bandit. The bandit, in them time in the bandit, you can train with pros.
Yeah, that's
back
right.
in them days. Yeah. Only Americans used to do that. Did you never know that?
No, wait a sec. The pros used to come into our amateur gym.
Right, but you're not supposed to train together because it's banned.
It's banned now.
No, it's always been banned.
I said, really?
Always been banned.
Well, I didn't know because all of Velour and all these pros used to be coming into Tottenham Enterprise to get free sparring.
Yeah, it's banned. It was banned. They couldn't remember. If you go in,
well, there was no one to actually measure that and gauge it and inspect it.
But now you can do it now. But amateurs sparring with pros now. Back in the day, they're crazy. They'd kick you out, kick the club out.
Well, there must be no clubs were getting caught then because it was going around all the time.
Yeah, so as I said, Michael Bush used to come in the gym, show me something, spar with him, kick my legs, tap my legs, blah, blah, blah. So
that's how I got spotted by Eric Seacombe, Michael Watson's trainer. And he began to pick me up at 4 a.m, take me down to, because they loved what I was doing and they loved the problems that I posed for Michael. Because he come and said, you know what, you can be, he was the first guy to tell me you're going to be a champion. Because I like to manage it. I'm fighting a Eubank and them things at the time. You know, after when I finish, you know, that's when but then he had another fight with Eubank and that's when
he got injured.
He got injured.
So my career kind of boxing career was strange. And as I said, I'm at U92, so going back to how I started boxing, then by 1990, I'm a dog in the sport now.
Yeah.
I'm a dog.
So you're a name as well.
Yeah, I'm a dog.
They know you.
Yeah, I'm a dog. So if you're not good, you sleep.
I hear you.
That's it, you sleep. So what happened is, you know it go.
Yeah, reputation goes before you.
So when you go, you're boxing up north or something like that, they've got the biggest ring in the world. You've never seen Olympic size ring. I've never seen Olympic size, massive ring, Olympic size ring. I thought, my trainer look at me and think, they're trying to set you up. Trying to set you up. So the man them can, so when I'm in there hurting the man down, he's running all over the place. He's got so much space. So my boxing career kind of went really, really good. Boxed for England, boxed for London. And I boxed for London most. I used to go Norway a lot. Norway, Jersey, Guernsey, you know what I mean? All them places, they box, win, you know what I mean?
How was you feeling around that time, like?
You know something? When I realised I was really something in boxing, this is a really strange story. I was so proud of my England top.
Really, bro?
And proud of my London top.
Wow.
And I was walking down, I was down Mayor Street, I was a Hackney man, I was walking down Mayor Street and police jump out on me, enough of them, jump out. Then I was terrified. Jump out. Ah! But because I was boxing and I looked good, I had my England top on. Do you understand me?
Okay.
And they jumped out and went, yeah, over there, no. So I was like, what? And when I went like that, they see England top, they just paused. I'll never forget that. And they paused and went, he boxed for England? I said, yeah. They went, okay, mate, have a good job. God save the Queen, bro, man. Drop me in the van and drive off. And that's when it hit me. That's when it hit me, that I was something. I was something to society, and I was something to my community, and I was something to the police. They respected the England flag. I was like, wow. Never happened to me in my life. They were coming for me, because they come for me. They had me up in the morning. When I went like that, that was it.
So basically, they just saw another black guy let's have a go jump out on him. And that was the usual way of life, though.
Yeah, of course, standard.
For the black brothers.
Standard. I mean, not even going back to boxing, I'm talking about just going down Hoxton.
Yeah.
Any black guy would tell you couldn't go Hoxton for love nor money back in the days. You have to run. If you're coming from, because remember, our days was funny because remember, we never used to have no money. So you have to jump the bus.
Yeah.
You got to jump the bus.
I didn't even jump the bus, bro. I jogged everywhere, ran everywhere, or walked.
But actually jump the bus. So you jump on the bus, You go in, you stay downstairs when the bus conductor come for you. You go upstairs. Yeah, when you go upstairs, you go upstairs. Come downstairs.
Yeah.
When you come downstairs, you go back upstairs.
Yeah.
You keep doing it for the whole time until you reach the stop. You jump off. And you think, I'll get you one. Yeah, cool, man. That's cool. That's cool, bro. Yeah. So going back to being prejudiced and growing up in Hackney, it's like you have certain areas you just don't go. Like Bow, you don't go Bow. Full of National Front down there. And Hoxton sides, you had little pubs, and back in the days, loads of pubs. So a pub would be there, one across the road, one over there, one over there. So it's like a trailer of National Fronts. You know what I mean? And you had the not the rock and rollers, we used to call them Teddy Boys. Teddy Boys, man. Yeah. Teddy Boys.
Those mod skinheads.
Mod skinheads and skinheads, yeah. So you had the Teddy Boy pub, the skinhead man pub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you think, what? Then you have to run through.
You have to navigate your way through.
Yeah. Remember, I live in Hackney, I live in Clapton. Yeah. So I'm coming from them sides there. So wherever you go, you have to go navigate, stop. Go in man's garden, wait, watch. Man walk past, run across the road, and people don't understand that. Yeah. I mean, unless you live in them times, you know what I mean, people older than me, they tell you worse stories than that.
You know what, this is really important for our Caucasian counterparts to kind of understand, because it's not something we really talk about. No. It was just life. You got up, you went out, you got where you were going, you didn't really go on about it, it was life.
Life, yes, true,
but I think it's good for people to understand what real life is actually like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And how far we come as well.
Yeah, how far you come.
Because you remember, it's like having an encounter with racist or prejudiced people, back in the days, it was you either get cut in your face by a Stanley blade knife, or you take a beating. So you just stay in it's horrible because you just stay in your own little bubble. You just stay in your bubble. You just stay in your bubble. If you did Hackney, you stay in Hackney. You don't go over there. You don't go over there.
Yeah.
But again, going back to boxing. So now, established now, I'm 90s. I'm a banger. I've got like something like 20 fights, 17 knockouts at the most. Yeah. Wow. So 17 knockouts. So now I'm a banger. If you can't box, don't come and ring me. So. Most of the Repton guys, I mean, a guy called, I don't remember, Mark Baker, battered him, robbed me. I can say that plain and simple, robbed me completely, battered the gun out of him. Them guys were superstars. Then I boxed a guy called Jamie.
If you box for Repton, just for everyone to know, if you box for Repton, you were going to get the favour if it was any close fights.
Yeah, definitely,
you know?
100%. And it was like that. And it's horrible because not a lot of Repton boxers actually made it after pro, because they got a lot of buyers and they just rob people to get to where they want to get to.
They didn't develop the way they should have, the tough way, the hard way. They got the favours.
Yeah, of course.
So what you found is when they turned pro, when everyone expected them to do so great, they didn't do so great.
Then I boxed what's his name again? Jamie Branch. Jamie Branch was the tall white brother. Yeah. Fast hands. Double foot. I knocked him out in one round. You know what I mean? Because I got England training squad to spar.
Overhand right?
Straight right. Woof.
Yeah, brother, your right hand was This guy's right hand is ridiculous.
You sleep him.
I'll tell you that right now, it is ridiculous. You will never understand until you probably have to end up feeling it.
Do you remember that time when we done the thing for Sky? I sparring the heavyweight guy.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Wow, we done that.
And the guy went.
We done that thing, you was in it.
Yeah, remember
that? Bro.
Remember that?
Yeah, wasn't it an advert or something?
It's an advert. Took 8 all day though.
Wow.
So anyway, I boxed these guys. Jamie Branch, he was a superstar. Boxed for England, multi-nations. What's the matter? Then the only person in Repton what actually gave me great fights. I fought him twice. Was Andy Lowe. Remember Andy Lowe?
Okay.
Andy Lowe.
Remember the name?
Remember Andy Lowe? He told me
I remember the Lowe. That's a really famous name in amateur
Andy Lowe,
boxing.
but he didn't have no power.
Okay.
Good boxer, but he didn't have no power for his weight, and he never had no power.
At what part of your amateur career did you meet Joe Calzaghe? Because he was such a big name.
He's massive.
He already won the ABA in different weight groups.
Yeah. I met him in middleweight. I met him in 1993, I think. It was just on BBC TV, but there's a story before that. What happened?
Okay.
I went to American Gladiators. You remember American Gladiators?
Yeah.
I thought, but I had a trial. But it was the day it was the day after, it was the day before I boxed Calzaghe. So I went for the trials. So I went there,
The
smashed
day
it.
before, as an amateur boxer, you're going for trials for the gladiators. But you're supposed to be resting, Jack.
Thank you. Right, I know, dizzy, right? But I'm fit, so I can do anything. I can do that and still box. Yeah, but, Ray Jones, there you go, brother. There you go. So I went there, and I went to the American Gladiators. Really hard. It's really hard. You have to run
harder than you thought, isn't it?
I thought it was a doddle. You understand me? You have to run. I remember you have to run 250. You have to run 200. What's half a mile? What's half a mile? You have to run 250 meters.
Yeah.
In like a minute or something. It's something ridiculous. But you have to put it on 10 and just tear. But I'd bust it. Because them time I fit, bust that. Then you have to climb. Then you have to climb up a rope right up to God somewhere, all the way up there somewhere. But what it is, because I'm a strength man, I'm using my strength. I'm using my arms, not my legs. Because I'm not a military man. You have to use your legs, innit?
That's
use your
right.
legs to do it, innit? So I'm boom, I'm busting. When arms burning me, touch the thing, come back down. Then you get to do the thing. You hit them man, the bust that's like boxing to me. Beat up the man then. Because remember, it's the thing with the end of the big long thing.
Yeah. The joust.
The joust. That's the joust. The joust. So I said, do that. Bam, 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 bam. Done that. Then went in the went home. Sick. Went home. Had the flu. Got the flu like that because I didn't dry off enough. I had the flu. I had a cold. Everything. I was like, and Bob said to me, I'm going to pull you out of the fight. I said, no, man, you can't pull me out of the fight. I got so far. This was the semi-finals, I think, of the ABAs.
It was the semi-finals of the ABAs.
The semi-finals of the ABAs. He said, I'm going to pull you out. I said, no, I can do it, man. But you mash up. Went in the ring. And remember, Calzaghe, Joe Calzaghe at the time, ain't no joke fighter.
You had to be on your A game.
Thank you. It's been your A game.
You needed your super duper right hand for that guy that night.
So
you didn't seem to have nothing.
Zero.
You was on this.
Yeah. I was like, help me.
Yeah, bro, because my man was throwing punches in bunches.
But it's funny you saying that because I've never ever fought. I fought Calzaghe, but it's funny because I can't. You have a fight and you can't remember the fight.
Wow.
At all. I can't remember being there.
Wow.
Can't remember being there. Can't remember nothing of the fight. I can't remember him hitting me.
My gosh.
Can't remember nothing. Anyway, fight happened.
Yeah.
Come back home, see certain man. Boy, he's on television. And you remember, you got people who love you and you got people who just
want to hate on you.
Want to hate on you. Oh yeah, you see him on television. I got knocked out. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, well, boy, I got dirty tough. You know, say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But after that, I knew I could win the ABAs because every year in the ABAs...
You were getting closer.
Yeah, every year in the ABAs...
I missed out on TV.
You missed that.
By the time I came in 92, they stopped showing...
And
it was that made me think as well. Like, I was watching those ABA fights. I was watching Colin McMillan. I love the way this guy's moving around, peppering man's
one of my favourite boxers at the time.
Yeah, man, but then by the time I came in, they cut.
Yeah,
who was it? ITV that was used to show it?
ITV, the BBC, then they cut, yeah. Like you come 92, so in 92, them time there, I'm boxing for England and stuff. So now I'm an open class boxer, which is, I never really liked it that much because you only box maybe only in the championships, only in the championships, which is, and all the other fights, people don't really want to fight you, they only want to fight you in the championships, so you should end up having maybe 5 fights a year.
So you wasn't fighting enough.
Yeah, because people are frightened of you to fight you.
Do you know it's weird because I never got to experience that because people heard about me when I'd just come on the scene. So it was like, who's this guy? But by the time they realised who this guy was, I'd knocked out 3 of the top names.
Guys. Yeah, of course, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was that like for you, just, because it's nice hearing from another person their experience of seeing that yourself in the ring, because I've got my view, but what was your experience like seeing me come on the scene out of the blue?
Because as I said, I remember the fight like tomorrow, as I said, because that's what I used to call it. When people said to me, oh, Mark Prince, I used to go, woof, and they say, what are you talking about? You don't know about the fight? I'll tell you about the fight. And I said, one day, I'm sitting down watching this bed, this new guy coming in. You got this guy, Monty Wright, comes in, he's got every badge of every country on his shorts and his top, every badge. He's got so much experience. This man must have made about 200-300 fights by then. Superstar, yeah? So Mark's coming there with his Andy Pandy pants, you know what I mean? You ain't going, man coming there rough. Man coming there rough, like, he didn't come from poorhouse or something.
Trust me.
And Mark come with some funky pants. I said, why am I going in pants there? Yeah, so I'm watching the fight. I said, yeah, but Mark's taking his time and boom, boom, because remember, Mark's always a man who would take his time. And I'm gonna take his time. Then a man said to me, Jason, man, was gonna knock him out, you know. I said, I looked at that.
Money was gonna knock me out.
Yeah, you can knock him out. When I turned around like this to the guy here, woof, I turned back around, I see my man like, cold, like this. They called everything from ambulance, fire brigade, they called the mayor of London, everything. Man was like cold on the floor.
He was actually in that shape.
He was, I remember, like, is that cold? Is that cold?
He was like a star.
And that's when I first met. I remember first seeing this guy and thinking, wow. Then I said, what happened to this guy? Then I think you lose in the ABA.
I lose in the semis.
The semis, yeah. Because I was following you.
Yeah.
I was following you. I said, who beat him?
Exactly.
Who beat you?
I think Sir Oliver something.
I know his name is Funny Man.
No, wait. It wasn't Oliver.
You're talking about Holsworth.
No, not Holsworth. The guy that's really animated. Yeah,
Bunsey.
Crying out loud. So Steve Bunce.
Yeah.
Steve Bunce interviews me. So it's like the game's changed for me.
Yeah.
It's like the game changes and it's like, these guys are interviewing me.
Yeah.
They're speaking to me. I'm in the magazine.
Yeah.
So I go from this unknown guy, leave me alone. I just want to punch out whoever you put in front of me.
Of course.
Now I've got attention.
Yeah.
And now I've got the journalist saying to me, Prince, you know they're not going to allow you to, just win this fight. It's like he's just giving me a heads up.
Come on, man.
Like,
you know this.
You know this establishment.
Was it London or was it
black
North?
guy, unknown,
Was it
come
London
on
or
the
was it North?
scene. Yeah, it was up north.
Oh, no, you're dead.
It was up north.
You're dead, man. You can't win. You can't
so
win.
it was worse than London.
Yeah, worse.
So I'm up north now, yeah? And he's talking to me like this. Bro, I've totally blown doing what I'd done to get there. I've gone into this fight and I don't know what I was doing. It was like I was just open, going after this guy, trying to knock him out. That's not how I fought.
And that's experience.
Exactly.
Experience.
So all the guy done was just step back, bang, just drop me as I'm coming onto the point. People said to me, we were shocked, like thinking, who is that? That's not the Prince we've been watching for the whole of the
It's happened to me a couple of times where you get into a fight and it's like you're not ready. It's like you shouldn't even be in it. It's like you should be at home doing something different. You know what I mean? And it's like you go into a fight and you've been training good, everything's good, and you get into the fight and you lose everything you've learned. You just lose it and sometimes it comes back. You know what I mean? A little later on in the fight, but not when it goes. It goes, and nothing you can do. It's happened to me a couple of times in fights. But as I said, when you knocked out Monty Wright. You was always going to turn pro because when you beat the best, he was one of the best person.
They said he was going to win the ABAs.
Yeah, in the ABAs, and anyway, the best person in England at that time, at light heavyweight. Remember? Yeah. So when you knocked him out, it was like the light heavyweight division moved from Monty Wright to you.
I hear you.
Then to you because it's like the man who beat the man who beat the man who beat the man.
That's it.
To you. So when you've gone up north to fight, no way you was going to win. Because
unless I put him to sleep, and that's what Bunsey told me.
Unless you put him to sleep, because remember, it makes a mockery of boxing.
Yeah.
If you win. Yeah. This guy got 6 fights and he win the ABAs.
Thank you.
I mean, what all you guys been doing? So all the other trainers might as well just park up and go home. No, they must park up and go home. So that's why you could have never won that fight because it make a mockery of boxing. How can a man just come from Tottenham and doing this and then knock out the superstar and then beat all the superstars? Nah. Because
the ref kept coming in, stopping. Every time the guy started hitting me, the ref stopped and give me an 8 count. Started counting. And I'm like, because I was always quite disrespectful to refs. I didn't understand why they had to be telling me to put my head up. Every minute they were talking to you about things that, what are you talking about?
Yeah, just let me fight.
Stopping the fight, so it was a bit long, but that was a good experience. And I remember my experience watching you, Jay. I was like, wow. this guy is flipping hard, mate. This guy can bang.
Yeah.
You know, I was just drawn to you because of just you exuded something that I loved. Just that power and aura.
I'll give you another example. There's a guy called Danny Ryan. Never forget his name. His name is Danny Ryan from Islington. He was knocking at everybody. Me and Tony King used to spar all the time. So Tony King said to me, boy, there's a white brother called Danny Ryan. Not Danny Ryan. But I said, no, not Danny Ryan. What's not Danny Ryan? No, that's not Danny Ryan, his name. His name is... What's his name, man? What's his name? Danny Ryan is the one that boxed in Ireland. I see his name, man. Anyway, he used to come to me and say, boy, this guy's knocking out all the black guys. I said, what? What's his name? O'Riordan. O'Riordan.
Okay.
Looking at all the black guys. I said, what? Black man sleeping, but I said, what? So Tony King fought him before me. Because remember them days you fight 3-4 times a night. In one day. Remember, it's not like how them did some joke thing now. But so he fought first.
Yeah. I remember we had 3 fights in one
three fights in
evening.
one evening. So I look and I see this guy, boom. Remember, Tony King, my name is to spar hard, knock him out cold. See me, wow. When you see a man get knocked out, you think, and you're next?
Yes, I've witnessed it. Kenny never scared the shit out of me.
Kenny never share. He gave me a beating one day as well, right? Knock him out cold. I'm like, wow. And I said to my trainer said to me, boy, you know what to do, my man did it. So I went in there fighting, and I fought a silly punch, man, and he knocked me down. But it was an off balance punch.
Okay.
I get back up. Listen, Benna, I swear on my life, this fight come like I won the world title. Because your core is very compact.
Yes.
You could hear every single thing you could hear.
Yeah.
And with this geezer, fighting, crap, bap. I'm fall down. He tried to get back up, fall down, better. It come like I won the world title, knocked him out cold, right? And the funny story is that when you're a respectable guy in boxing, them guys never forget you. So one day I was at, when Mike Tyson in Manchester fought, who did he fight? Not you, Julius Francis. Who did he fight?
It was Danny.
No, it wasn't Danny.
Who were the people that he fought?
He fought Julius Francis.
Yeah. Danny Williams.
Who did he fight? Which Julius Francis? Anyway, I was there.
England he fought?
England, Manchester. Yeah. I was there, and the guy went to say, so I was sitting down, and one guy's staring at me. I saw about 20 people staring at me. I'm like, what? Staring at me for? So the guy comes and says to me, your name's Matthews? I went, yeah. He went, you don't remember me, innit? He said, no. He went, my name's O'Riordan. You made me end my career. I said, me? He went, you're the white brother. You said, knock out all the black guys. He went, yeah, we hug up everything. Introduced me to all of his family came over, mum, dad, his kids, everything, hugged me up, take 2 pictures, blah, blah, best brother. You're amazing, man.
How long ago afterwards was that?
And that was remember, that fight happened in 1994. 94.
That's when you saw him again.
94. No, I saw him again 94. I saw him again when Tyson fought in Manchester. What was that? 2000.
Okay.
2000. Okay. When was that? When Tyson fought in Manchester?
I can't even remember. Kim.
Yeah, that's when it was.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny because he never ever forgot me.
That's awesome.
Never forget
but fighters are like that.
Yeah.
Fighters are like that. I remember when I fought Chris Oko.
Yeah.
You know. Sometimes losses can create relationships and stuff, you know?
Of course.
You connected with people.
Of course. And when I went for England, it's funny, when I went for England, and I went to England training squad, and I come back, and I went to Royal Oak. I went to Royal Oak down in Bannister Flats in Hackney, and I went in the gym, punching the bag. I saw some old man in the corner, some old boy in the corner, so I'm punching the bag. I said to him again, Brian Lawrence. I said, Brian, who's that old boy over there? And the old boy punching the bag. He went, oh, he's a boxer. I said, let me spar him. Listen, Benna, this guy here beat the granny out of me. Up to now, I can feel the punches still. Yeah. So I thought, what's going on with this guy? What's this? So I took all my face, blood up, lip bust up, everything bust up, everything bust up on my face. You understand me? So I said, who's that? James Cook, that biatch, that bitch,
that
right?
Same guy that put it on me. It's like he was only after good prospects. That he could beat up a bully.
He's a bully, bitch. I don't care what anyone says.
I
Bully
talk
bitch.
about him all the time. Whenever we talk about boxing, James Cook gets a shout out.
Yeah, he definitely gets
He really schooled us.
The granny out
And
of
just
me.
let everybody know that you're not ready yet.
Nah,
There's
ready.
levels to the game.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
big
thought
up to
I thought to
James.
myself, I'm gonna go back this. When I went home, my mum looked at me and said, "Jesus Christ, what happened to you?" I said, "Mum, you know the boy, come the man around the corner, beat me up, blah, blah, blah." So my mum think I'm having a fight.
Yeah.
So she gonna call my brothers them. You understand me? My brothers them said, "Why you beat up?" So my mum look at me and think, "You get beat up, innit? Not in boxing, innit?
Yeah.
Not in street fight, in boxing, man.
in boxing.
Mum, better around the corner. My brother just walk off and leave me. Go train harder. Go train harder, man.
About you trying to run around the corner.
And this time, remember, Jem Cook them time is European and British champion. You know?
Yeah, bruv.
Don't forget them time.
That's when I was working with him.
Yeah. British champion. So he was class.
Yeah, he was
understand me?
proper.
And I'm in there thinking to myself, you know something? Let me see, let me test my what I'm like. He beat the granny at me.
Yeah, man.
And that's right. And then again, that's when you know about the golf.
Let's talk about the moments in a warrior's journey that really changes life, that changes his journey, them life-changing moments. Talk to us about life-changing moments along your journey.
Well, my biggest life-changing moment in my journey, I've got a couple, but the most one that is at the forefront is the death of my mum. Because when my mum died, my mum was like the backbone of the family. Like, you know, like, I could talk to mum about anything, and she told me the truth. You know what I mean? I might not like it, but I hear the truth. You know, so when I used to box, me and my mum used to, when I used to box and finish my boxing, my mum used to, for some reason, she used to just know if I win or lose or something. I don't know what it was. You know what I mean? But when I used to turn pro,
she used to come or she stayed home?
Money are crazy.
Yeah, same as my mum.
Crazy. My mum would come there. My mum would be in the ring.
Yeah.
But like, what's his name again? Remember the man woman coming in?
Yeah, with
everything.
Yeah.
So my mum used to, when I used to, before I used to box, before I turned pro, I used to go to mum, I used to see my mum, lie down with her, hug her up, me used to cry. Yeah, all right, man. Gone. Then now, if I get the blessing, you get knocked out. Yeah?
Wait, is this like after fights you used to go?
No, before my fight,
Yeah.
I was always going to see my mum. And we used to hug up, bust a little tear, you know, my son, you do your thing, boom, boom, you have God with you, this and that. Don't worry about it. Go in there, knock it out. Yeah, but my mum used to know I
You
won.
used to go back
Yeah, so
to your mum to see your mum after the fight.
my mum used to phone me and tell me you win the fight. At the same time I win the fight. I think, how you know I win the fight? I mean, get feeling. And remember, this time I wasn't televised.
Did she ever have the feeling when you lost?
My mum died. This is where I'm going to come to the story now, right? The story is that I used to have my mum in my life all the way up to my next fight would have been a warm-up fight for a world title fight. And my mum dies in June the 17th. And so what happens now, Frank Warren calls me up and says, "Jason, do you fight for world title?" Remember, my mum was in the house, in the coffin in the brother. Remember, I had a punch bag in my garden. So when my mum's died now, they're preparing my mum's funeral. So my mum, remember my funeral. So back in the days, still do it now, my mum was in the house, in the front room, in the coffin. So my uncles and aunties in there, man, I play dominoes, man, I drink the white rum and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, like a wake kind of thing. But I'm in the garden punching the bag. So my brother said, "Boy, your phone rings." So I answer the phone, it's Frank Warren. "Oh, Jason," remember, Frank Warren knows my mum's dead. Remember that? So what he's done, he phoned me up, he says to me, "Do you want to fight for world title?" I said, "Yeah." I hung up the phone, punched the bag. Yeah? Phone me back. "Oh, was that yeah, or was it yeah?" I said, "Yeah." "You told me you want to fight for the world title." I'm saying, "Yeah." "Who am I fighting?" "Ryan Rhodes." "No problem." When the press conference, blah, blah, hang up the phone. Doof, punch back. "Unks, I fight for world title." "Go ahead, man, and chat to my foolishness." "Unks, I'm serious, I'm fighting for world title, you know? Seriously, you fight for world title?" "Drink some white rum." "No." the uncle got Uncle laughing. Drink the white rum. Make it strong like a lion. No. That's not a crap. That's not a crap. Right, so boom, so now, I'm fighting. So say if I want phone
Family support.
Yeah, come on. Say if I want to phone me on. Please phone me on. Say you phone me on a Monday. Lie. Say you phone me on like Friday. My mum was getting buried on a Tuesday, and I boxed for the world title on the Saturday. You understand me? So it's 5 days before my mum died. I boxed for the world title. You understand me? So now I'm thinking to myself, this is the road of a warrior in the sense what you're saying. The road of a warrior is that you have an opportunity, you take it or you leave it. Now, a lot of people would have said no, but the reason why I said yes, because if I lose my mum, I can't lose the world title. It's impossible.
Was it almost like, if I have to deal with this, I can deal with anything.
You're right, come on.
Fighting you for the world title ain't nothing.
Nothing,
Because my mum's laying down upstairs and I'm banging the bag downstairs.
All right. All right, so that made me, that's got to be one of the hardest things, because you know when, I'll tell you about even when I lost, which is really important to bring this up, because my mum was there when I was winning, all the way from when I was winning, and when I was talking about the world title now, I'm still winning because I've lost my mum, but I'm winning in the sense that I lost my mum, I can't lose my title, so it's not gonna happen anyway. So when I went in there fight with Ryan Rhodes, and they said to me, we had a press conference, and I think he's standing just a little bit behind me. And I said to him, talking about something, and I turned around to him, I said to him, I'm looking at him one man, you know. He went, his face, I've never seen a man so terrified in my life. I've never seen a man's face. I remember saying, I'm gonna look at him one man. He went, yeah, see, as quick as that. I said, yeah, I'm gonna look at him one man. But I'm looking at him like, I'm gonna look at him one man. You understand me? And this is when it's a world title fight, so.
Did he felt your energy?
He felt, whatever he felt, he knows that. Only he knows that. But what I saw in his face changed. It was like, yeah, come Jay, and I'm like, I'm looking at one man, you know. And looked at, so when they had the press conference, and they had the interviewing me on TV, and they said to me, what about the fight? How you think the fight's gonna go? I said to them, I'm looking at one man, 1 or 2 rounds. He said, the quickest that. I said, yeah, I ain't got no time to go on 3, 4 rounds. That's crazy, because I'm jumping into a fight where he's training for another guy, but I've always been training. Yeah. I train 3, 4 times a day. So me fighting him, and on a spur of the moment thing, it's nothing to me because I'm fit anyway. You know what I mean? I spar when I'm supposed to. Remember, I never used to spar all the time. Now I only spar when I've got a fight coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is where a lot of boxers go wrong. They spar for training. I never used to spar for training. Yeah. I used to spar when I had a fight coming up. Yeah. So all the dust come off, blah, 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 whatever. You see a lot of boxers can't even speak now. Yeah. You know, they're slurring. Too much sparring.
Getting banged in the head too much.
Too much, way too much. So because my thing was, as I said, but when I knew the fight was coming up, I was leading up to another fight. I was supposed to have a warm-up fight. Anyway, when in the ring with Ryan Rhodes, and you know, remember when Holyfield fought Tyson, and Holyfield was praising to the Lord, and he's such of a Christian, and he's praying to the Lord and the strength and all that stuff, and he looks so much bigger than Tyson. Do you remember? If you look at the fight now,
forget that.
He looks so much bigger than Tyson though, and Tyson was actually heavier than him. Yeah. But he looked bigger than Tyson. That's what happened with me when I fought Ryan Rhodes.
How did you feel?
Because
Do you remember how you was feeling lead up?
Listen, I was quiet.
Because I noticed that.
Yeah, I was quiet.
I just saw you leaning up with your back against the wall at the weigh-in. Yeah. And you were there, Ryan was at the front, you know, looking all jolly and all of that, and you were just at the back, just quiet.
Yeah, I was quiet. Because all that time, I'm just getting the energy. People believe it, don't believe it, but I'm getting energy from the universe, I'm getting energy from the Almighty, I'm getting all this energy. And I don't like, the reason why I don't like bringing the Almighty in it, because I don't think the Almighty would like you to knock out a man and punch up a man.
I always say that God is a boxing fan. That's all I said. God is a boxing fan. You're going to see justice. And you saw it against Wilder and Fury, where Fury woke up from the dead and got up to nearly knock Wilder out in the last
So
20
I
seconds.
tried to not be a hypocrite and think that God will want me to go lick down, man. But the universe, so I just watching. So what it is, when I actually got in the ring, I knew how to beat him before I even started. Yeah. So even when he's hitting me and people go, ooh, I'm looking, that bounce off me. That come like my mum had a handbag and they're licking him in his head. We had to. You know what I mean? Because when he's hitting me, I can't even feel his punches. None of them. They're just bouncing off of me.
Was that Rhodes?
Yeah, Rhodes. He was just bouncing off of me. I couldn't feel none of his punches.
I saw you get hurt a bit once.
Yeah,
in that fight.
That could have been the end bit.
No, it was the end.
It was the end
just
bit.
Before you knocked him down.
Yeah, the end bit. Yeah,
he shook you with something.
Grab.
And I remember your leg kind of went funny. But it wasn't enough to take the power away from you. And you came back with a knockout blow.
Punch. Yeah. So that's you're right. That got me off balance. He hit me and I was off balance.
Yeah.
When I got back on balance and I fought my right hand, he moved backwards.
Yeah, his head was up.
He moved backwards. When he moved backwards now, remember, I've got a long right hand.
Yes.
I've got long arms.
Yes.
So when he moved backwards, you can't get out of this. So when he went down and he slept, and he went down and he got knocked out, the thing about it is that Frank Warren didn't want me to win, as we all know.
It was so obvious.
So obvious.
Do you know how it was so obvious?
So obvious.
And Frank, you can look at this yourself when you watch it.
From when
you can see disappointment. Frank, come on,
Frank.
Rewind this,
Come on, Frank.
And that's what I'm talking, hopefully.
Frank looked like he lost about £1 million.
He did. Frank looked so gutted.
He looked gutted, you know what I mean?
His word in the interview
then
as
after I was saying to Frank, Warren, how can you put me against little man like Ryan Rhodes? And you're not gonna be, was it 50-50 fight? No, for you it's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
But to me, it wasn't a 50 fight. That was an easy fight for him. He's shorter than me, shorter than me. I'm bigger than him. I've got long arms than him.
Yeah.
And I've been a middleweight all the time. You know what I mean? So how is this man gonna come beat me? He's been fighting powder puff guys.
Is that what you believed as well when you went in? You thought Ryan can't beat you. Why does everyone think Ryan's? Did you hear Johnny Nelson? All of the pundits?
Johnny Nelson, big up Johnny Nelson though, because he come over to me and said, Jay, I was against you, babe, but what you done was outstanding, mate. He goes, I was against you, but brother, every time you see me come run over, where is Johnny Nelson? Run over, you hug me up, boom, boom, boom. I mean, even, because remember, I was supposed to fight Neville Bryan, you know.
That's it. Neville Brown was there.
He was,
next to Johnny Nelson at the commentary.
And saying, boy, both of them fighting, but I'll
but he said, I'm going for Rhodes.
That's what I always wanted to fight Neville Bryan.
Yeah, man.
Because I thought he was a good, I watched him sometimes, a good technician, but he would.
But you could see the beating of him.
Yeah, he used to break him down, stay on his case and break down because he didn't really have a knockout punch. He was quite an accurate fighter.
So let's deal with the stuff that's really going to be of help to people on the journey. Let's deal with what's going on with the method man inside his brain dealing with loss, because I feel that you use this goal to win the world title as a goal to keep your mind off of what's really happening to you. And now you've achieved this goal, what now? Because whatever we try and avoid, it's going to creep up on us at some point.
And you're 100% correct, my friend, because when I boxed in Germany, again, I'm going to go back for the whole thing. I've got to say this. Now, I've won the world title, I'm a world champion now, so boom. I've got to fight Bert Schenk against Bert Schenk. Bert Schenk had an injury or something, so they changed opponent. Cool. So, Frank Warren has said, you got to fight in Germany. I thought, Germany, I should fight in my country because, you know.
You just won the title.
Yeah, and defend it with my people. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, Frank Warren's gone, he'll fight in Germany against some guy, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Give me this contract. £1 million contract.
Why was we so accepting of whatever we were being told?
Exactly, because
who was looking after you?
Right, exactly. So who was looking after me at the moment was obviously my trainer, calling him Bob Kipps, great. Yeah. Now we sit down and talk about it, and he goes, well, you know something? We really should be fighting. I was supposed to fight in Canada first. Then I changed it to Germany. Yeah?
But I'm sure you wanted to fight in England.
And I said, what about England?
To defend your title.
But what it was, this is the catch-22. Bert Schenk was German. And he was the one who, remember, he had the title and he got stripped because he was injured. Do you understand me? Okay. So now, there's an interim title for me and Ryan Rhodes to fight. Interim first. then they made it a full world title because my man was injured.
Yeah.
But now I know all the situation now is that Frank Warren and the Bert Schenk promoter is brethren.
Okay.
They're tight. They're tight. So that's why this fight was in Germany.
So basically, your manager, whoever manages
he's my manager,
needs to be on your side,
right?
And promoting an event and managing a fighter actually clashes.
Right. So what's happened? 100% what you said. What happened is that Frank Warren and this guy and the manager of the Bert Schenk, who's a former champion, they're working together. So basically, if I win, he still got me. Yeah. I lose, he still got part of the title.
That's it.
Do you understand
so
me?
It's a win-win situation for a promoter and as your manager.
Right. So now, when I've gone to Germany now, remember, I am the champion.
Did you get Germany money? When I say Germany money, I mean, did you get championship money?
No, the championship money would have come after. Very smart movie. Listen to it. When you hear this movie, this is great.
Okay, but I'm just saying to you, you are the WBO world champion.
Yeah.
The split should be now, if it's a mandatory, this is how it goes, yeah? If it's a mandatory, number one, it should not, unless it's changed, and I don't know, and everything's changed, but it should be a 60-40 split.
Yeah.
Mandatory, the champion takes 6%, no long thing, no arguing, no debating, that's how it go. Yeah. Unless you are fighting somebody else and you can, banter and work out.
Because the guy who I fought came in as a replacement.
Okay.
Schenk, because you were injured. Do you understand where I'm coming? You come from a replacement.
Is this your first defence after beating Ryan Rhodes?
Yes, my first defence. So when I've got to Germany and I've gone to them, they're driving better. They're driving me like from here to Newcastle. I'm like, where we going? Because remember now.
Where from where? The hotel in Germany?
From the hotel. From the hotel, from the airport. It's like they're driving me, it's like I'm going, it's like better. I know whatever lie. It was about a 5-hour drive. I'm telling you, Benner. So I'm saying to my trainer, what's going on? So my trainer, so Bob's going crazy. Bob's gone bonkers now in the field. What's going on? Blah, blah. So when we're driving, they stop at a gym and pick up about 6 people. 6 boxes. Remember, I'm a world champion. I'm in a minibus. I'm in a minibus. So Bob's going, man, what kind of treatment is this? This and that. Blah, blah, blah. Listen, brother. Ridiculous. So now, it's only now as time goes on you realise that Fat Warren had so much to do with this. To make sure to rattle my cage, throw me, rattle my cage, throw me completely the opposite way so they can get the title. So the Germans can get the title back. The German promoter can get the title back because they're doing business together. You understand me? Yeah. Boom. So drive me all over the place. Got to the hotel, tired, mash up, lean up. Oh, we got to weigh in. Where? Over there. In the gym, you know, brother. Yeah, listen to me.
So you go from the airport. When are you fighting?
I'm fighting the next day.
And you've gone from the airport to the weigh-in, 5-hour drive.
5-hour drive. 5-hour drive. And I'm the champion. I'm supposed to be over there a week before and training and get myself
I just wanted to know why you was there the day before.
Right, anyway, so now I'm in Germany. They got me like some fool. Got me driving all over the place, no rattling my case. So we're going to the weigh-in.
Because your manager's job to make sure he manages you and you're taking care of well.
Exactly.
And you got every opportunity to win the fight.
So I wasn't taking care of well at all. Everything I'd done that day was just me, trying to keep myself focused, you know what I mean? And trying to shut down what Frank Warren is doing, shut down what the Germans are doing, just do my own thing. You know what I mean? And when I've got in I must admit, I trained hard. I trained really good. And when I got into the ring, you know what was missing? What was missing, brethren? Was me lying down with my mum the day before I fight, getting that blessing, and going to Germany. Remember, I only realised I was still mourning when I was in Germany. So all the time when I remember I had a fight in June, then I had a fight again in November. So I never had no time to mourn. So now when I'm in the fight in Germany, now I'm mourning. So now remember when I fought Ryan Rhodes, 5 days? Yeah, I was boom. Then this time now,
I remember it hit you in the interview.
Right.
Not that you were mourning, but I'm just saying you're always in mourning straight after. It's how you're dealing with the mourning.
All right.
And obviously, if you talk about your mum, it gets emotional.
Yeah,
One, it's emotional night.
Nah, of course.
You just won a WBO.
Yeah.
Two, your mum's not there to see her son become world champion.
All right.
Three, you're just mentioning her. So I saw you get emotional. That was really touching, by the way. Like I just felt you so much. I lost my mum in July, yeah. And then you've carried on your journey.
Exactly.
So even though you're going through crying some days and you're having your times, it's not like you're not having time. It's just that you haven't stopped.
Yeah, that's right. I never stopped.
It's very important to stop.
Yeah. Right.
Own the grieving process and say, okay, I need time to deal with this. And what many of us do is we try to just get on
with it.
We try to get on like, I just need to stay busy. But do you know what? It's quite damaging.
That's for my parents. Our parents.
Yes.
It's parents. Our parents. Your mum said to you, oh, you know, Mrs. Muckling dead, and it's like nothing. It's like, what do you mean, Mrs. Woman dead? The woman dead. And to them, it's like they've seen it, they've been there, they've done it, and they expect us to be exactly the same. Yeah. We're in a different generation. We've got different things. We've got internet, we've got this, we've got that, we've got plane, fly, we've got train, go fast, we've got fast car, we've got everything's completely different. So when they expect us to deal with mourning the way they do, we can't do it because we never grown like them. They've grown much more tougher than us. They've been through so much
seen
stuff.
Horrible things, had to give their kids over to other people to look after because they didn't have the money. Stuff like that.
So now I'm mourning. When I fought in Germany, I was mourning, and I realised that when I was actually going to the ring, that I don't, something's not right. It's not feel right. You know what I mean? It's not feel right. And even when in the ring, I thought I done really good. It's just that I was not on point. You know what I mean? And and my thing is that when I got hit in my eye, I didn't even see how my eye came up. To this day, I've been watching I watched my fight close up. And I still don't know how I got my hit my eye. If you watch the fight, of course you get hit, but nothing detrimental. Maybe the finger his finger was in a certain position, but I really think it was an elbow.
So they say it was that fight that what happened? You got an injury in your eye?
Yeah, so I got hit in the eye, my eye swelled up, fighting, and I'll never forget the referee, I think it was the seventh round, the referee stopped me, he said to me, mate, you're going to be champion again. I'll never forget, I'd love to give a referee a fucking big hug. He went to me, you're going to be champion again. You're going to be champion again, you're a really good fighter, but your eyes effed. I'm going to stop it. I mean, you keep your eyes effed.
What was that like with fighting with the adversity of a closed eye? Because I can remember my vision going in with Kenny Wack for the IBF Intercontinental. And what was that like? Did your eyes close? Did you actually have no vision there?
It closed. Maybe a little vision, but it closed because it was swollen, because obviously it was trauma to my eye. I never knew it was trauma, you know? And it kind of like...
What were you thinking during the fight, Jay?
Nothing really. I thought, remember, it's funny because you're a bit like me where I've never had injuries in fights. Yeah. Maybe a little bust lip or...
That's it.
Something, but obviously I always come out unscathed. You know, I mean? Always come out unscathed. You know what I mean? Fighting. Now I've got to deal with something I've never dealt with before. I've been cut before in Norway. I got cut, and obviously you got cut, you just stop it in it, so it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? But my eye vision was. Well, I thought, eyes gonna go down. You know what I mean? I come back again. I can fight again for a time, maybe a couple years time, 18 months time, whatever. Blah blah blah. But I didn't rebuild. But when I was swollen for maybe about a week, couple of days. So I thought I was walking down Main Street, and there used to be a sign. I always used to check my eyes with a sign, far away sign. But I used to check it, and I checked this side, I checked the other side, I checked this side, and I thought, check it again. It was blurry. Weird. Check it again, blurry. Check this one sharp, this one blurry. So I thought, so where the sign is. The bottom of it, this is really weird. This come like, I don't know if it's God sent or whatever, but underneath the sign is opticians.
Wow.
Crazy, isn't it? So I went to the opticians. I said to the man, well, my eyes are a bit blurry, blah. He said to me, okay, sit down, maybe about half an hour, sit down. Look in my eye, look in the other eye. He went to me. My eye said, something's in your eye. I said, what do you mean? Because something's wrong with your eye. And I said, seriously? He goes, go Moorfields. So I went Moorfields. Something in my eye bum. Look in my eye. They said to me, you got a torn retina. So when he said that, peer tears. I know what torn retina means. So you got a torn, not a detached retina, a torn retina. So your retina, which goes like that on your eyes, mine's torn.
Wow.
So he said, you got to stay in. It's an operation in the morning. I said, what? Or you lose your eyesight. And they said me. So I went, boom, there, stay there, cry, call my kids, them, tell them what's going on, this and that, boom, dad, you be all right.
Wow.
So.
What's that like to share that, knowing that?
Yeah. You said your career's over.
Yeah.
I'm thinking my career's over. I got so far. I remember I had £1 million contract in the bed. I'm telling you, no deal never like that. I had £1 million contract. I had 4 fights, 250, I had £1 million contract at the time there. No ever lie. Front one said, yeah, starting a new star. You get £1 million contract. And I thought to myself, oh, £1 million, go on, quickie, right? God, right? So what happened? So when I had an operation, this is what I really had an operation, my eye was all right. But when I looked, I could see a little blur, like a little. I could see, but it was a little blur. So I went back to the hospital. So I got a little blur. They said to me, "Oh, when we done the operation, we must have scarred your lens. So they said, we have to put another lens in your eye." Exactly, trust me. Let's put another lens in your eye. So I went in back in there. No, lie. I'm lying. When I was working for mental health sometimes, right? And when I looked at my eye one day. And I swear, Mark, I was so terrified. This has got to be the most frightening place I've ever been. When I looked, I can see, like a camera, I can see down here, I'm looking at you, brother. See, from here is black. And from here, I can see you. So I can't see the bottom of your body.
Wow.
Just the top of your body, where the retina has come off.
Wow.
I was frightened. I thought, what is that?
So scary.
Terrifying. Remember, you could nothing you could do about it. I'm looking at you, bruv, and I can't see the bottom of your body. It's just black, but I can see the top of your head. That's it. But it's come off. Went back to Moorfield, boom. It's come off. Then done the thing again, put it back up. I can see. I'm like, wow. They said, oh, it come off. It come off. Cool. So they said, so when I looked, and I could see a little blur. I could see a little blur. And I thought, I went back there, I said, I got the best. Oh, we scarred your lens. Then they put a lens in my eye. Then they put, listen, serious. then they put a lens in my eye. So I don't know, them people are genius, but they put a little rubber lens in my eye. So you know when you're looking at it, can see it, there's a lens in my eye. I'll show you. If it's a strobe light, you see my eye. If I'm in a rave, this eye is white.
Wow.
It's white. One eye is white and the other one's normal. Because we put a lens in my eye. So I put a lens in my eye. Boom, nice, cool. Boxing, sparring, doing my stuff. And I used to go to sparring, doing my stuff.
What do you mean boxing, sparring, doing your stuff?
When I done that, I'm thinking, I can go back to boxing. You understand me? I can go back to boxing.
Did they say you could go back to boxing?
After a little while, you go back to boxing. You understand? Blah, blah, blah. So seriously, so I'm sending letters to the British Boxing Board of Control, sending this, sending that. This professor, top man, top
saying
man, top man.
All right,
I'm all right to box. They're saying, boy, we need to see these to our doctors. But I realised I'm giving these men £2,000, £1,000, £3,000. But I'm wait, hold on. Can I really fight? What's his name? Robert Smith, his name? Robert Smith?
Yeah, Robert, yeah.
I said, can I really fight Robert Smith? You got me giving you guys money.
Yeah.
Can I really fight?
That's right.
Mama said to me, I don't think so. So why are you making me give you money for?
Thank you.
So she just taking my money for funding. No, I can't fight.
Getting medical.
Yeah, can't fight. So I thought to myself, let's have it. I'm gonna get back to this. So I went Miami, and I was in the gym, and I saw Tim Witherspoon. Well, go on, Jay, man. I remember you from Honda, man. Tim Witherspoon in the gym. Yeah. I mean, then Bernard Hopkins was fighting. Was fighting Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah, sparring. He's sparring the next man. So I said, give me a couple rounds in my guy. Remember this, I'm still fit, I'm still doing my thing, innit? Yeah. When the ring spar with Bernard, he's doing my thing. Dirty mother is, dirty fire, but we had a wicked spar. I started fixing it, started doing my thing, and then he started hitting me, I started doing my thing, then stopped it. I said, this is a good spar, but here what? He's coming down in weight, innit? Because remember he's fighting, I think he's fighting maybe a week later or 5, whatever it was. Yeah. So they said, well, because I must have been about 12 stone, he must have been about 11 stone, 6 or whatever. Yeah. They said to me, boy, you know what you do? If you can fight my guy, you can come back to Philly and come back to Miami any time. I thought, yeah. Then we sparred again, and he hit me in the eye. Yeah, nothing heavy, just hit me in the eye and I thought, done. And that's what I'm done. Wow. I started just there and then. I said, I ain't never going to spar again like that. Because I thought, I've got 2 eyes, I need to have 2 eyes, not one. And I just stopped it. I remember just taking the gloves off. What's wrong? I spined them. Done. I said, nah. And this one, that's how I just stopped like that. I thought, nah, I'm not having it.
Wow.
I'm not having it.
That's incredible.
Yeah, just stopped.
A lot of fighters wouldn't be able to do that.
Nah,
they would box until the eye's gone first.
Gone completely.
And they got one eye and definitely can't fight.
I just stopped.
But without the 2 eyes. So
and people knew I never quit. I was boxing normal. You know what I mean? I just stopped.
Wow.
I just stopped and said, nah, I don't need to be doing this. You know what I mean?
Bro, do you know what? This is really good because, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that wanted to know, like, what happened.
Yeah.
Because you was in it. Then you was out of it.
Out. And I tell you who I saw. I can't remember his name. He was having that operation the same time as me, another boxer, a light-skinned guy. I forgot his name. He works for...
American.
She's supposed to Tottenham.
Not Grant. Not
Grant. I say he works for Tottenham, but I saw him in there. I was in the bed there, he was in another bed over there.
Wow.
And he said to me, I had an operation, but he wasn't look quite good. My mum was, because I had too much operation in one eye,
bro.
I thought, nah.
see, I know the journey of all these incidences going on, but there's so much more going on inside and so much more going on in your private life. So let's merge everything. Yeah. What's going on in your private life? You've gotten in trouble with feds, you've got done, you've gone prison, you've, you know, you kind of, it almost feels like the stress, the weight of everything starts really spilling out. Yeah. All the stuff that you've maybe swept under the carpet is starting to come out. Talk about the outspill. Talk about what's really starting to show up that you tried to sweep under and look like I'm still the man.
But you can remember I used to work for Hackney College. So when I used to work for Hackney College, I was a student liaison officer in Hackney College. So, you know, people come to me, a young man will come to me and say, Jay, boy, I had sex and boy, I got something, I'm leaking or something. I said, bro, come man, what? And let's talk to them, go to clinic, listen to that. Girl will come to me, she's pregnant, guy will come to be. So I was with the youth, so I was a student liaison officer, so they used to tell me everything, private life, deep stuff, they've been raped and so much stuff. You know what I mean, confiding me. So I was like, I've always been, remember Jason is a Greek name for Kira, you know? Go on. So it's like, so I thought to myself, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to be the youth, then boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Like, anyway. So, but before that,
did that replace what you'd lost in boxing? Your significance in boxing?
Because when I was world champion, I was at Hackney College. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So when I was world champion, world champion, I was still working for Hackney College. So the whole of the college knew I was a world champion. You understand where I'm coming from, brother? Understand me? So when did
you get time to be
train,
working for Hackney College?
And train. People always said it to me.
I don't get it.
People always said it to me. Everyone says it to me.
There was only one thing I could do when I was fighting, and that was fighting.
Listen,
I trained 4 times a day.
Thank you.
I weren't going into no place to do any work. Everything was boxing.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you how I used to do it. I used to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and go running.
Yeah.
Come home, punch my bag for another hour.
Yeah.
Then go sleep. Then wake up and start at flexi time at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah? At 10 o'clock. Then, afternoon, where Hackney College is, right in the corner is Lions Boys Club. So at the afternoon, go Lions Boys Club. Spar with a man in there, or punch the bag, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Boom, go back to work. Finish work at 5 o'clock, leave there, go Hackney swimming baths. Hackney baths.
Okay.
Go in there, go in the running machine, hour up the hill, slow, up the hill. Leave there and go to my normal gym. Spar with Nicky Fairbairn and do my pad work. I done that every day. So 6 weeks before a fight, I used to do that every day. 5 times a day I used to train. So I had a routine.
Wow.
Routine. So going out raving, checking this gal, that dead. That's not really my life. My life is my kids, Hackney College, boxing. That was it. That was it. Holiday, my kids them come back, Hackney College, boom. That was that. So I lived that. So
and you lived that for a while.
I lived that.
How did that routine get broken and what?
Any time it got broken is when I I had an eye injury. Until then, it was just all the time.
Okay, so let's go into that. You had the injury. Life's a bit different now.
Yeah, of course.
You've taken the gloves off.
Yeah.
You're doing some work with Bernard Hopkins. You're like, you know what?
Remember, I'm still training from 99 to 2005. You know, I was training. I don't know that. I was training. I was going to America training, going here, sparring this man. I was still training normal. You know what I mean? Because I thought I could come back.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I could come back. Remember them time? Remember. I never just like you, I never took no blows as amateur. I never took no big heavy licks.
Yeah.
You can't take licks, you take licks, but you take licks. I had more licks in sparring than fighting.
Yeah.
I got more licks in sparring than fighting. Yeah, so I was fresh. I felt fresh. I was sparring.
That's why I could make my comeback.
Right, exactly, because you never took no licks.
Yeah.
You never took no licks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was still fresh. Mentally, I was fresh, still sharp, everything. But there's a time when you have to be honest with yourself. This ain't meant for me no more. And that's where Hackney College helped me so much. You know what I mean? I went for a period when I had a domestic thing with the mother of my child. You know what I mean? Still love, we're still cool. You know what I mean? With my child. Then,
just talk about that.
Yeah.
Because that was an outspilling of what?
Yeah, that was outspilling of everything. That was me having my breakdown. But
okay.
My breakdown with no one don't even know about except for me, and I'm telling you and the cameras. Yeah. I lost my mum. I lost my title. Yeah. I lost my mum. I lost my title. I had an eye injury. That means I can't box no more. Really, I'm trying to do something what I can't really do, but I'm trying to think I could do it. Maybe I could jump and box in Germany or America. Maybe boom. You know what I mean? And I've got bills I've got to pay, which because obviously because you're boxing, I can box. I can.
That's it. I'll have that fight and then I'll sort that problem out.
Right. I can buy this yard. So you realise when then it's got
done. No income.
But luckily, that's what I'm trying to say. I worked for Hackney College.
But everyone's still wanting to get the bills paid from you.
But remember, I still work for Hackney College, so I'm getting Hackney College money, which is good money, and I'm still getting boxing money.
So that was a blessing. Whoever took care of you, looked out for you. Because when I my career ended, you're injured for how long? You can't move, you can't work. I remember getting a job way before I should have been out. My leg was still that big. And I was going out trying to get a computer job. You know, jack about computers. Don't even check for computers. And I'm trying to get this job. But I blagged the interview. You know, even though the guy was like, I know you. Remember, you're a boxer. What are you doing there? Stuff like that. But he didn't turn out to be a fan. He turned out to be something different because he got me frog marched out for no reason. It's like bro, man said to me, "Hey, it's not really working out with you." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "We've got a month trial. We're doing tests. I've passed all my exams during the time." So how do you mean it's not working out? Just not working out.
You're not fit.
And then said to me, the security's gonna take you out of the building. And I'm like, bro, trust me. Then I could have hurt someone. Because I was doing everything in my power to help come back from this the feeling down and get myself working. And at home he just got married, he's got a new son, and everything just going wrong.
So just like me, everything was going wrong. So when I end up hitting out, I don't to go for the whole story, but hitting out my mother and my child, and
break it down, man. Let's go in it.
Yeah, but it's a massive story behind it because it's not just me going boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Things happen where obviously relationships breaking down now. Got my kids. She's driving like a nut through Hackney or whatever. Then she stops outside Hackney Town Hall. So my kids are in the back crying because of the crazy driving around. I'm behind her, like my name is James Bonterati, you know what I mean?
So you're both on some crazy
things. So she stopped outside Hackney Police Station. So I've come out of the car and I've opened the doors, kids in the back, get the kids out of the car then. You know what I mean? If we want to argue in it, so she looked up the window. So I've gone, what? She's got Cherokee Jeep, you know? But this is where I'm glad sometimes that I haven't hit no one like that ever again. I punched the glass of the Cherokee Jeep.
Yeah, bro.
Thick the arch,
I know,
but
man.
I punched right through that, It's locked, The door lock, everything. I punched right through that, as I'm punching through, I've punched and I've hit her at the same time. Accident, half accident, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
let me share something.
Yeah, go on.
Your whole mindset, the culmination. I'm not making any excuses.
No, of course,
for you.
come on, no,
I'm just letting you know the reality, so people can understand as well what's going on in their lives and their behaviour and what's happening, because we don't realise the weight of things added on that we're not actually getting support with, we're not getting help with, we're not actually even admitting. We're not coming to terms that this is affecting me. And who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Who are you sharing this with? Who are you offloading on? So what it is, and plus, as men, we don't want to be looked at as weak.
No.
And then what happens? We damage things.
We damage things. So we
hurting people, hurt people.
We damage the best people around us.
So you hurt somebody, and I've got this thing on you now where it must be difficult to even talk about.
No, you know something? I talk about it. I actually go to schools sometimes. We best go to schools and talk about it because it doesn't hit me like that, because if I know the true story, and people can say what they want to say, it doesn't really bother me because I know the true story.
Well, tell us about it. How do you end up in jail because of the whole incident?
So I punched through the window, hit her, punched through the window, boom, so I hit her now. So as I hit her, I'll open the back door and take my kids out. But I haven't looked at her. I'm just focusing on my kids. So I took the kids out the car, they're on the pavement, got them, they're not even crying, they're just looking at me like, we out of this thing here, you know what I mean? Because they're like young, they're like, young, 7, 6, whatever. So two policemen ran at the police station. And they've looked at me and said, what's going on out here? He goes, something's happening out here. I went, what's happening? She went, someone said something happened out here. I said, it's here. He went, where? I said, here. They look at the policeman look at me like this. Where? Here, look at the window. They looked at me and then it's, sorry mate, go in the car. To go in the car, ambulance come, boom, boom. They said, I said, told them what happened. Driving crazy, I want to get kids at the car, So I'll go to the, you take it to the station and tell us what happened, boom. There wasn't bad, horrible, nothing. There was policeman. Went there,
so
boom.
They thought they were just dealing with the domestic.
Dealing with the domestic. I mean, they made it look different, Ross, you know what I mean? And, you know, as bad as it is, as bad as it sounds, it's like, when I'm in the police station, and the policeman's gone to me, you need it coming out here today, innit? I said, what happened? He goes, well, it looks quite bad. I said, what do you mean? I punched through the window. She goes, no, you hit her when you punched through the window. She goes, what hammer did you use and what brick did you use? Because we're looking for the weapon. I went, no, I punched the window. He went, it's impossible. You can't punch a window. Where's the brick? And where's the hammer? I'm looking at the man like, no, I punched through the window. I said, I'm telling you, I punched through the window. Up to now, they don't believe me. They don't believe I punched through the window. Because I must have been so angry that if that was a normal person, like a normal guy, I'd must have got life, you know? Anyway, so then they realised, and I asked her, and they said, no, he punched through the window. And then when I went court, and it's funny going court, and they've gone to me.
How are you leading up to court? What's going on?
No, I was kind of like, what to be is going to be. You know what I mean? I told them the truth.
Okay.
And it happened, and you know what I mean? I had people at MB, I had OB, I had EB, I had police come talk on my behalf because I work with Hackney College. I work with the police.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I had kids coming.
People trying to give a reference to you.
I'd used them. I'd used about 50 youths outside the court. Saying, no, Jason, you know what I mean? Because everyone knew me. Even my boss knew that. That's not me. Anyway, the man told me 9 months. It's me? 9 months. I said, I think, what are you talking about 9 months?
Did it shock you?
What? Bit of tears. Tears until I can't cry no more. I'm crying on things. Remember, I'm dressed in suit and tie. I'm crazy.
Are you thinking I'm Jason Matthews? I'm not going to get a prison sentence.
Not even that.
What are you thinking?
Not even thinking of Jason Matthews prison. I was thinking more that my mum. That's always how my mum was. My mum. Wow. My mum would lick off my head. And you know, I was disappointed with what I'd done And what my mum would have said. So when they give me a sentence and they bring me downstairs and I'm in the cell and all that stuff, I'm thinking to myself, Joe, me, Joe, I've been trying to avoid that from being a youth, and I'm 30, was it? 21, so I'm 30 years old. I'm going to jail at 30 years old.
Wow.
You know what I mean? All the little skullduggery we done when I was young and jump over fence and
trying to help
ninja man.
You to stay away from jail, and then now you're in jail. I've
been playing for years. And I end up in Rikers Island. I end up in jail.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's funny because Hackney College, and I respect the woman, Chrissy Farley. She was the principal at the time, and we was close in the sense that when Hackney College, before they gave me the job at Hackney College, as student liaison officer, what happened? The ratio of people having fights and people not going class and was like 95%. See, when I come in, it dropped to 5%.
Brilliant.
It dropped all the way down.
So the impact that you had doing
amazing,
that work.
because you remember, it's just like you, yeah. I'm in a college, and I'm in a college, and someone does something off key. I catch a man smoking a spliff, or a man pull out a knife, whatever. I'm saying to him, brother, what's your dad's name? Mark Prince. You know Mark Prince, you know? And I said, yeah. Okay, Dad. Oh no, don't my dad. So what happened? All the youths them in there, I knew their dad.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah. I knew their dad because all the youths them there is like 15, 16, 17. So remember, I'm 30, so them time there, I know man's dad.
Yes, that's right.
You understand me? So I'm saying, so what happened? All the youths them fix up, the college fix up. So when things happen, it was like, that's not Jason, that's something happened. Then I realised that a lot of stuff was going on in my life and all that stuff. So when I came out of jail, I'd done 3 months because 9 months, you're supposed to do 4.5, but
What did you learn? What did you learn? And what
I learned in
what did you
jail?
learn in that
Too much.
time? In that time you was in there, share with us the experience of jail and what did you learn personally for your personal life for moving forwards?
I tell you what I learned in jail. I know why people go to jail now. I know why there's a lot of people in jail. I know why youths go to jail. I know why the people go to jail, because jail is like a holiday camp. I'm telling you, it's like a holiday camp. It's like a different holiday camp from what you know. Because you can do 5 years, 3 years, 4, it doesn't matter. I'm in jail, I don't smoke. I don't smoke cigarette. I don't smoke roll up. You know what I mean? I'm fresh. You know what I mean? I'm still fresh. I'm 30, 31. I'm fresh, brother. You know what I mean? So when I'm in the cell now, I think to myself, what do I do? So I said, man, you want to roll up? I said, no, I don't smoke, brother. You want to roll up? I don't smoke. You want to roll up? Give me a roll up. The next minute, I got to roll up now. I'm smoking tobacco. I'm like, what's going on? So this ain't me, but you have to adapt to your environment. 2 ways. You don't smoke. You don't smoke. I don't drink tea. I don't drink tea at all. And when they're giving me tea in jail, I don't drink no tea. I don't drink tea. I don't like tea. I just hate it. I don't like it. You understand me? So the experience I got in jail was that dog eat dog. Yeah, whatever they give you to eat, you eat everything they give you just eat it, or you starve. You know what I mean? When they was giving me porridge, whenever they give me porridge, I throw it up. What's this? Throw it up. And I thought, this is the toughest in this porridge. I went to the savoury and I said to the guy, what's in this porridge? It don't taste right. He said, don't touch the porridge. I said, why? When they put karma in it. I said, give me karma. Did you know liquid kosh? They put it in there. So everyone walks down everyone's like a zombie. And I realised that, because when you're in jail, you're in jail like this, and everyone walks around the same way. Like, you know that film, Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
You remember? And everyone walk around the other way. Then the guy decided he's going to walk around the other way. Do you remember? And then they mash him up. It's just like in jail. They got you on a thing where everyone walks around one way. But you don't have to walk around one way, you can walk the other way. Understand me? You understand me? So one day, I'm looking at these people, think they look like zombies. So when I drink the thing and I throw it up, that was liquid kosh. When I was like, oh, I can taste let me throw up because it's wrong in there. Then when you watch them, you see everyone walking around the same way. Remember, I was in Wandsworth, you know? Wandsworth military prison, you know? Yeah? But because the boxing thing, I was on number 4s. 4s is like, they're called 4s Beverly Hills. Like it's like, you can do anything you want up there. Because you've got a lot of people doing 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, whatever, you know what I mean? But I'm doing 9 months. Why is a 9-month person
up in there?
Up in the 4s. But they said, boy, the reason why you're up there, because down the bottom, they're crazy down there. And if they mess with you down there, you hit one of them and kill them, it's on us. So you have to be up there with the sensible people.
Okay.
Even though there's killer, murder, and but everyone's just doing the burn. Yeah. So I was on 4s. Yeah. And it's so funny because it was like I was in the house up in 4s. I got my own room. I got my own room. I got my own TV. I got everything. I'm just normal. You know what I mean? So I realise why people go back to jail now, because I know why people go back to jail, because it's easy. They get caught. They go up in a cycle until I'm in my cell, Mark. I don't even know that I'm in my cell, and I hear doof 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 on the wall, doof doof doof. So go to the window. Go to the window. Brother, grab this for me. A man swinging a bag. When you get your canteen, you get a plastic bag.
Yeah.
The man's got like tobacco, a bit of weed, whatever. Swing it to the next thing. So you swing it, you grab it, and you swing it to the other window. You swing it, then it comes back.
Yeah.
Then I say, brother. Then when you wake up in the morning, you got magazine or stuff. Man, come out. Thanks for that. Then you start to live the prison life, because now you're in the thing. So you just live the prison life. You understand me? I thought to myself, right, I'm a prisoner. Until when we're in jail, you're just a number.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, yeah, so when a man said to you, what's your number? 733, you said, what? Go in there, go in the cell. Then
you're not a name, you lose your identity.
You lose your identity at all. You know what I mean? And a lot of things happen where, because in Wandsworth, in the middle of the floor in Wandsworth, when you go to the wings, they've got a massive star. And if you know about this, if you go online, you can Google it. There's a star, and the star in the middle of the floor is because they used to hang people in Wandsworth.
Yes.
So for respect, you don't walk on the star. You have to walk round the star. Do you understand me?
Why is that where they used to drop down?
Drop people that kill him.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's a big star. So one day I'm walking through, and I just walk across the star. About 30 screws. The whole place locked down. Locked down, you know? I'm looking around like, what's going on? The whole place locked down. Come, you fucking this, you bastard, you fucking nigga. I'm like, what's going on? And then one of them who knew me went, Matthews, you're not supposed to walk on the star. I said, it's in the rules or in the cell. I said, what are you talking about? You're not supposed to respect. So one of them went, no, cool. You don't know what's blah blah blah. I said, what?
Wow.
So when I sit and look at the thing, it says, you can't walk on the star for respect. You know what I mean? Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Mad.
You've punished someone and said that you're going to hang them, and then you want to show them respect after you've probably brutalized them, talked down to them, treated them unfairly, and then you hang them and say, "Don't walk around the star."
Yeah. Crazy. Can't walk on the star at all.
What a mindset when you actually look at what's going on there.
So that was my prison experience was like 3.5 months.
What was different about you when you came out, Jason? And when did you get time to actually start tackling your grief?
I tell you what, Ryan, I went counselling. Yeah, I went counselling. What happened? When I went to Hackney College was cool. Hackney College said you come back anytime, when you're ready, you can come back, because they know me. They know I do my job. Listen, for the little time I was in there, it went from here all the way up there. All the knife crime, everything went straight back up. So they went to me, when you ready, come back. So it goes, do us a favour. We send you counselling. Hackney College sent me counselling for 8 weeks, I think. 8 weeks. They sent me counselling for 8 weeks.
Well done.
You know what I mean? I went counselling. I sat down, and for the first 3 weeks, watch me. Yes, but.
Oh my
goodness. I just slept. And then I wake up and she goes, I just sleep. That's all right. A lot of people do that. I said, why? She went, because you've got so much information you want to give me, your brain overloads, and you just shut down. And after about 3 weeks, I started to get into it. I offload you offload stuff onto them people, so much stuff onto them. And I said to her, how are you going to deal with this? He goes, I got a counsellor. And my counsellor's got a counsellor, and that counsellor's got a counsellor. I said, so that's how you got to do with it. She went, and she goes, that's how you do it. She goes, all counsellors got a counsellor, because we've got to offload stuff what you give me.
Oh, maybe I need to get some counselling for all the people that offload stuff onto me.
But it's true. If people start to tell you stuff, right? You need a counsellor to get rid of what they've told you, and you give it to them. Yeah. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
and that's why I left there. When I left Hackney College, I went straight to mental health. Went to Enfield. Went to mine in Enfield, and I was doing I was doing mental health, but before that I was going for jobs. I wouldn't get none.
So that means that this whole concept about seeking counsellors and stuff, that being a weakness, is actually a strength.
It's the biggest strength I've ever met in my life.
It's a powerful strength.
It's the biggest strength I've ever known, that you can offload so much stuff to someone and you feel after you got like a weight off your shoulders.
Wow.
Like a weight off your shoulders. Because I'll tell you something, man. I told this woman stuff I know from like, I'm like 10 years old. You know what I mean? And you're just sitting there, you're just reeling, and she just taking it in. And I said, yeah, you can do all this stuff. I'll go counselling tomorrow. Then I can live with my counsellor.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
So you offloaded all the stuff. Because I look at it like them rucksacks
weakness.
and all this stuff. No, all this stuff that happens in life, it's like stones. Depending on how we processed it, we can take it on as a weight. Of
course, yeah.
So we process, dad beating me, growing up, incidents that's happened, and it's another stone in the rucksack. Until by the time you reach a certain age, that you got so much stuff going on, and it starts spilling out, and you start breaking down, and anxiety and depression, and then it comes out in alpha male. We think we need to be tough, so we be aggressive and we be angry. And I think that what's happening is that we're putting them in jail when really they need therapy. They need help. And if they've done something so bad that you have to lock them away, give them the help while they're there so they can be different people coming out.
Thank you very much.
Plus, we need to change how we're treating them. And we on the outside could do with changing our mindset, which is punish, suffer. And I know it's really hard. Because you got people inside that in our eyes, you deserve to be there. You killed my son, and I'm not speaking from someone that's created this story. I lived the story. But at the same time, I still look at both sides. I don't just talk from a bitter, pained up, grieving point of view. I'm speaking from a point of view of the perpetrator as well, and I want to know his story. What's happened in his life or her life? What's led her there? Because when you listen to so many stories of people,
so much.
They have been let down. The organizations, government, systems, let them down, not taking care of them. Whether it be feds just criminalizing, or the system saying that you're a criminal, so you need to go through this system, or whether you've been expelled from school and they put you in a PRU, where a PRU looks like a little kiddies jail. Every door's locked, you get search going in. That's what happens in Juve, that's what happens in Feltham. That's what, it's no different. So it's like preparing you for that. Then you talk to the prisoners in Feltham and the big man prison, then you'll see that lots of them went through the PRU.
Of course,
Lots of them got kicked out of school, and then you start seeing the patterns and how it rolls out.
But you see what baffles me is that happened to me 20 years ago.
Look at that.
20 years ago it happened to me. I ain't been locked up, nothing did. Listen, when we're 2019 is the first time I've been bent up or disrespected by the police. 2019. I've got a lawsuit going against the police at the moment. Have I ever told you this?
No.
I went to Hackney Carnival, September the 7th, 2019. So I've gone in the carnival, walking in the carnival. Boom, remember, I'm Hackney man, so everyone knows me in Hackney. It's not no big thing, you know what I mean? Never knows. So I'm walking in the carnival. They've got a makeshift little gate thing. I don't know what they're doing with this, but look in the car park of Tesco's car park. The sound system's playing everything. So I'm walking, as I'm walking through, policeman grabs my hand. Yeah, trust me, exactly. Grab my hand. So I pull my hand away. Next minute, rough me up. I'm on the front fence.
No questions, bro.
I'm on the fence. So a big fat black guy, he's a security. He come between them and he just bounced me out. I've never seen this other game in my life. I'd love to meet this guy. He just come between us and just bounced me with his shoulder. And I kind of bounced out of the little rubbish. So he went to, mate, go to the carnival, enjoy yourself, because these police are down here, I know what's wrong with them. Done. So So I'm in the room with my friends, jamming, blah, blah. So one of my mates said, Jay, we're at the gate, meet me at the gate. So when I've gone to the gate, they've moved the gate what was here, they've gone further back now. So it's more, as you come into the car park, that's where the gate is. Yes, but it's a bigger gate. Cool. So I'm walking down there. So I went there, I said, boy, I'm here. So when I look, I see one of my mates called Patrick. I go, Swanee, I said, Patrick, why on Patrick? Patrick's gone to me, what's up, Jay? Cool. But the policeman he's talking to is the policeman who roughed me up. So I'm looking at the policeman, I said, let's talk, man, because man, I'm a big man, innit? Come, I can talk to you. And what happened there, and how you gotten so aggressive? You know what I mean? Let's talk to him, innit? So when I was talking to him, he said, come. He's going to me, come. I went, no, you come. He said, come. Then he said to one of his colleagues, come. Better. I'm walking with about 7 people. Man, this comes in, got me again on the van. Trust me, brother. I like this, and I'm like this. So when he's got me like this, I've got my mobile hand, I've got my mobile phone in my hand. Bam, 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 punching my arm. My friend, what are you punching my arm for? Bam, bam. I'll get a pepper spray. I said, it's my phone. Give me your phone. Give me my phone. I think you got a knife on you. Try me on the floor. Trust me, right in front of all my friends. My friends are going crazy. I said, man, calm down, you man. Don't get involved in this thing. It's a setup, yeah? So, bam, throw me on the floor, you know? Boom, boom, got me like this, boom. Handcuff me, boom. Brother, this come like a film. Handcuff me, boom. Turn me over. And I said to me, when they turned me over, I said to them, oh, I've got my hood in my head, I've got my glass on, because the day before I was at Notting Hill Carnival, and my head didn't get bun up, right? So I thought, my head was toasted, yeah? So anyway, so they've gone to me, okay, cool. And then they turned me around. My mates are saying, you know who that is on the floor? You know that's on the floor? You know who you messing with? They said, my man's a community guy. Never said boxers, a community guy. Boom, boom, boom. World champion. They said, what? World champion. So I look at the policeman who's roughing me up, got my knee in my back, everything. I said to him, you know I'm not 19, innit? You know I'm 50, innit? He went, what? I said, you know I'm 50, I'm not 19. Get him out, get him out. I said, it's too late. You're dead. You're dead. The lawsuit can come against you. You have to pack up the police force. You understand? So I got me up now. He's got me up. And so I said to him, he went to me, so I said, search me. You're going to find money and keys. You're not going to find no weed and no alcohol, because I ain't been drinking. Yeah? Check me out. Cool. Nothing. Get me up. So, are you going to release me now? So I released me. I said, what's your badge? What's your badge number? What's your badge number? So he gave me his badge number, everything, boom, boom, boom. So I said to him, why would you hitting me for? Oh, because sometimes people they've hit the police with their phone. I said, that's crap. I said, that's crap, because people have taken photos and of police and all that stuff and video them. So these people can hit you in the face. Anyway, 2 other police officers, a mixed race guy and a white guy who was there, come over and said to me, listen, that man there, his number is blah, blah, blah. We never signed up for this. We never signed up for this. You understand? He come from Lewisham. Most police who were there was from Lewisham police station. This guy had one. So at the moment, I put it on complaints. I'm just waiting for all the complaints things to come through, but they're taking long. You remember it's the 9th of September.
That was going to take long.
This is 9th of September, and now, every time I ask them, they're telling me a story. Oh, wait for this. I'll give it to my officer. He's going to do this. The next minute, someone else changes.
Keep pressing it.
I'm going to keep listening.
Don't let it die. Let it go through. And if you need any support,
come on, man.
know.
Come on, man.
Okay?
Come on. It's taking a Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a lot. That's all I didn't count. And that was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
We
got this.
Yeah.
So we want to wrap this up. Yeah. In wrapping up, I want to just say, where you at now with everything in your life in terms of, the peace with your baby mother,
yeah, long time ago.
Your children, and yourself.
Yeah, I mean, peace. As I said, peace with my mother, and my child. That happened spontaneously.
Yeah,
it wasn't a long thing, like a year or 2 years, like spontaneously. When I came out of jail, that was it. I mean, it's cool. See my kids. My mother, my child, never ever stopped me from seeing my kids.
Yeah.
Never ever. My kids wanted to see me in jail. I refused. I said, this is not a place for you to even think about going. So you're never going to come there. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Even myself, obviously, I work with the young kids. I do mentoring with them. I am trying to get them back on the straight and narrow. Nice. You know what I mean? Some of them you can help. Some of them they've gone too far, you know. And a lot, when I say gone too far, it's more of a family thing more than street. You know, we can deal with the street. When it comes to the family thing, it's a bit harder because they're living it. We're not living it. Yeah. We could say we got experience in helping people who come from dysfunctional families, but they're living it because they're in there. But street people, it's easy to deal with them. Tell them where I come from, what I'm doing, and it works. You know, I work with them. I do a bit of I do a lot of personal training. I got about 4 or 5 boys who or training to be like boxing to obviously go for the ABS, turn pro. A lot of them I've had from like 11 years old, from young, and they're like 18, 19 now. You know what I mean? And and I've been training them for years. Nice. So I'm doing that. You know, I'm trying to build my house in Gambia. You know what I mean? Because I think Gambia is the motherland, and we all should go there and see what's going on and see what's right and wrong. So I'm doing that. I do a lot of boxing over in West Africa, like Cape Verde, Senegal, Gambia, Benin. So I do a little package thing. I go over there and we train the boys. Then. So,
are you happy?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm happy. The only thing, you know what I'm going to say, the only thing you need is a bit more money to do some other stuff. Otherwise, with myself, with my heart, with my spirits around me. I've got good spirits around me. I've got good people around me, and I've got good spirits around me. So sometimes I'm going to do something, I just say, no, I'm not going to go down there. And I say, you never come to the rave, man, the rave was good. I said, oh, I never come to the rave. Or what makes me laugh, because of COVID, we're in COVID time now, a lot of my friends, a lot of my people have died. I'm talking maybe about 25 people I know have died. Wow. Close people too have died. A lot of people have died, and have died. And what's happened? I try and don't let that bring me down. Me down. You know, I just try to inspire their family, and that's it. But I just keep myself on the straight and narrow. But otherwise, the method man's doing good. I'm doing very good. I'm doing very good. I've got good people around me. I've got an amazing girl around me. I'm doing very good. Excellent. You know what I mean? My kids are good. One of my kids having twins. Oh, congratulations. One of my boys having twins.
Jason,
yeah. No, granddad, a long time ago, granddad. Granddad from
a long time.
Long time. But one of my boys are having twins. Now my daughter's got a little grandson. My other daughter's got a grandson. He's 11 years old. So.
What's the proudest thing that you would say that you've done in your life?
The proudest thing?
Yeah, or becoming?
I think the proudest thing I've done is helping people and knowing that I see these young people from Hackney College who are 30, 35, 32 and come up to me and say, Jay, you helped me out so much, mate. You put me in the straight and narrow. You've made change my life. I got my kids, and I always talk about you to my kids. And I was going through this, and this guy come from nowhere and just sort me out. And that's one of my proudest things I've done at the moment. But winning the world title and having respect all over the world, and your name's all over the world, and your name's always going to be in record books and all that stuff, is one of the biggest things I've achieved. Because even my kids said to me, "Okay, what did I say to you, Dad? Your name's in the Guinness Book of Records. So if you're any boxing book, who is a world champion, your name's going to come up for 100,000 years. It's always going to be there.
Yeah, brother.
You know?
Yeah, I'm really proud of you.
So that's.
I'm really proud of you. I'm really pleased to say that Jason, the Method Man,
come on,
and Matthews is my friend.
Come on, from way back when.
We just want to thank Jason Matthews for taking us on another awesome journey where we've learnt so much about how to deal with our own anxieties, our own mental health, the damage sweeping it under the carpet can do, and how hurting people can hurt people. And there's happiness in being able to be giving back to the community and helping others. Thank you so much, my brother. God bless, man.